Hello, it's Portal Games, and this is another episode of Portal Games vlog in the era of coronavirus. In this vlog you can see me bragging about me being the master predictor. I'm quoting myself from 2016 and I'm saying that I was right. Check it out. Very short morning update because I just received a very fun email. Our translator, who translates the case, Rob Deview case, Dig Deeper, sent us email. They just played the case before translating and had a great time and sent us pictures. So this is like these small pieces of joy that I have at my work, that the people we work with are passionate about our product, our games, and this translator, she was only supposed to translate the case. No, she wanted to play it first, enjoy the first, and then start the work. So, not very important news, but this is how cool working at Portal Games is. Thanks.
Mary reading a rulebook. Quite unique.
Gracz nie musi dodawać karty do lewej, nawet jeśli może to zrobić. Może on świadomie otworzyć nową lewą kartę w dowolnym kolorze, o ile nie leżą na niej już 4 lewe. Może on również świadomie otworzyć lewą kartę w kolorze, który jest już wykładany. Aha, czyli jakby musi rozłożyć może. Czyli co? Musi założyć tą nową lewą.
There is only a couple people in the office. Everybody just take a home office. Everybody want hide from coronavirus, I think so. Here we have a Michał. Hello, Michał. And of course, boss is here. He's not give up about epidemia. So that was the second floor. Let's check the first floor. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. And here. And here only one person.
We are a few days after announcement at Gamma, and we have a new news about Asmodee. And during the Gamma, as you probably already heard, Asmodee announced that they are doing their very own distribution, and this is a perfect way to promote Board Games Insider podcast that I record for many years, because back then, let me check the date, August the 1st of 2016.
Besides buying companies for IP, like for the pandemic probably, yes, and for the
Sure.
Days of Wonder Ticket to Ride, so they are picking the games to promote our hobby, and this is huge, this is good, I totally agree with you, but there's a different trend with Asmodee. They are, in Europe, they are buying distributors, so you have to remember they have a Asdevium in UK, they have a Brexala for the Nordic countries, yes?
Yes.
And this is what terrifies me. So if a channel of sales is owned by one of the publishers, and in my opinion, this is something not very safe for my company.
So 4 years ago, we discussed what happened in Europe when Asmodee was buying another distributors, and I said that this is just a beginning, the first phase, and then they will go to America and do the same. And then, let me check the date, 13th of June.
Have to mention that we were recording Board Games Insider last year, summer, and the thing was going in the Europe. Remember when Asmodee was buying distributors, and I was
They bought Enigma.
yes, and Isdevium, in Fravin, and I was afraid. And I was telling in the podcast that I am afraid what's going on to happen, and I don't like it. And now the big news in America, and as you mentioned, for the independent publishers, as we are, if we have a good product, this is quite a good news for us. But of course, it's a huge change in the whole economy of the game industry.
2017, so next year, Asmodee indeed made an exclusive deal with Alliance, and that happened. And then for the next month, I was discussing in the podcast that it is another phase, and the final phase will be Asmodee becoming a distributor in America, and it happened this past week. So I'm very happy to be the master predictor, and I predicted this thing 4 years ago. And what can I say? I'd like to invite everybody to listen to the podcast Board Games Insider. This is the podcast I record every single week, and I discuss industry news. So if you're interested in how the industry develops, if you want to see our insight, if you want to hear our analyst and how we see the things that will develop in upcoming months and years, apparently I was right 4 years ago. So yeah, check it out, Board Games Insider, every week on our YouTube and Stitcher and Spotify and iTunes channels. Take care, bye bye. Last week we teased the new products that will be announced during the Gamma Trade Show or Gamma Expo, and yes, now everything is revealed. So you already probably heard Robinson Crusoe Treasure Chest, new expansion for Robinson Crusoe that has inside all the promos, all the mini expansions, all the additional bonus I created over these all years since the release of the game. The game was released in 2012. We are now in 2020, so for the 8 years I was designing new beast cards, new characters, new discovery tokens, new events, and many other mini expansions. Some of you were able to buy them from our web store. We had hardcore fans who buy this stuff as a promo and mini expansion from our website, but so many of you never had the chance to buy it. And what's even more, and I wanted to say the super clear here in the vlog, that's why we have the vlog, all these mini expansions were available only in Polish language and English language. So all fans of Robinson Crusoe in France, in Spain, in Russia, in Germany, and all these different countries where the game was released had no chance to have these expansions in their very own language. So now we are discussing with all the local partners in Czech, in Russia, in Italy, etc., to bring these all expansions, all these mini promos as a one big epic expansion. We are buying these once, and you have all this additional content. So great news for all the fans of Robinson Crusoe, because this box will have like, I don't know, like 30 or 40 mini expansions. So you can add new beasts or new discovery tokens or new events, like all ton of amazing stuff. So I'm very excited about these expansions, and I can see that you will just be loving these expansions. So this treasure chest is scheduled for, I think, Essen. I think it's so. Robinson Crusoe treasure chest. This Essen English edition and the local editions, hopefully at this same time. And we also announced a surprise, a party game from Portal Games. The $1 million script is a party game. We got submitted this party game a few years ago, and then we were not into party games. We were doing First March, and I was not interested. But now time passed, things changed, and the designer contacted us again with the new version of this game, and this new version was so amazing, so much better than the previous one, that we said yes, we are signing it, yes, we want to release this game. What is this $1 million script? This is a party game in which the whole players team is divided into two teams. We have one team and a second team, and we have one player who is like a dungeon master, like a game master, the person who is running the game. And he is a producer, he wants to produce a movie, and he invited the teams of the screenwriters to give him ideas, to pitch him ideas for the good movie that will bring him so much more money than his previous release. So he has these ideas for the movie. So he said, like, I want a Western movie, and I want aliens there, and I want in this movie aliens and cowboys, and of course a beautiful girl and he gives a time to both teams, and they start cooperating, thinking, discussing, coming up with this idea. So it's a brainstorming, like a 1 minute brainstorming, and then the time stops and he says, okay, pitch me your idea. And one team says, and they so much fun, and they're coming with all these ideas. He listens to the speech and then says, okay, next team, you give me your pitch, and they are coming with their ideas, and he has to think which is more fun, more interesting, more good for him. And he says, okay, this pitch is amazing, I love it, we are doing this movie, so you win this first round. But, and there's this but moment, which is an amazing twist in this game. He says, from this other team, I love this part with the dinosaurs, I love dinosaurs, my daughter loves dinosaurs, so please take into your movie this idea with the dinosaurs, and I also like this race scene, so take this race scene and go it here. So the producer, this game master, has now his phase of the game when he's taking all these ideas, mixing them all together and creating the most ridiculous and crazy plotline, and saying, and now give me, and he goes to the next phase. And there is 5 phases in the game. We are going to come up with the villain, you are coming up with the big change in the movie, you are coming up with the main character of the movie. 5 phases, and after these 5 phases, when everybody is so tired of laughing and all this positive energy, we are choosing which team has more victory points, more this additional money, and he wins the game. So storytelling party game, this is what we are doing here at Portal Games. We are board games that tell stories, and this is a party game in which you are brainstorming and making fun and creating new ideas for the movies. Each time we were playtesting this game, the ideas were absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how it works, but suddenly there's all this brainstorming moment when everybody comes with these most stupid and ridiculous ideas, and so much fun. So this is what we announced during this Gamma trade show, Gamma Expo. Robinson Crusoe treasure chest, all the mini expansions for you in one box, and $1 million script, the party game about coming up with these amazing ideas. It's a short game, it's like a half an hour experience, just lots of energy, lots of ideas, brainstorming, and then conclusion, and one of the teams wins. So this is what we announced at Gamma Expo. We will announce more things in upcoming months, so there is more things in the works, so you can expect more announcement soon. If I can comment, there was a question from our hardcore fans on our social media, from those people who already bought all these mini expansions from our website, and they have all these expansions, and they were asking us, if I have everything, if I'm a hardcore fan, if I'm a loyal fan, can I just buy the empty box so I can store all these things that I was buying for years in a box? Yes, we appreciate our fans, yes, we appreciate our loyal fans. So I discussed with the production team, and we already made decision after your feedback that we will produce additionally some empty boxes, so all our fans, our hardcore fans who were buying these promos for years, we will be having this box so you can store them all in the box. So yes, we are thinking about you, we are listening to your feedback, we are listening what you are saying on social media, and we want to be company dedicated for you.
Marek asked me a very stupid question because he wanted to know the game I do love and I hate. And we are talking about the game of my husband, Ignacy Trzewiczek, so you know, it's difficult for me. But the game I do really love, and it is love forever, is 51st State. I'm addicted of this game, and I can play anytime, everywhere, any place, and I'm still waiting for new expansion. But one of the games of my husband, very popular, very famous, and the game I do really hate is Robinson Crusoe. Why? I'm not sure, but I think the biggest problem is it's a cooperative game. So cooperative game for me, when I'm an alpha, I can't play it. So I can complain. I can't play, I can complain. So Robinson Crusoe, never. If I see that Ignacy is ready to start new tests for Robinson Crusoe expansion or something like that, I know it will be not good time for us at our home, because I know I need to sit and say nothing bad about the game, just play, test, and etc. So the game I love is 51st State. The game I do not like is Robinson Crusoe, and don't ask me why.
As always, thank you for watching. I hope you find this vlog interesting. Please share with your friends. Tell your friends that there is an industry vlog that discusses board games hobby, and we'll see you next week, hopefully. And most of the office is empty, so probably there will be in next vlog only me, empty rooms, and the silence. See you next week. We will see what happens.